Hey guys, welcome to Vlog Auto. Visiting the Honda plant at Tapukara, Rajasthan was a memorable experience. This facility is spread across 450 acres with a well-kept internal grounds and plenty of greenery all around. The Tapukara plant is situated in the Alwar district of Rajasthan, and the Chief Minister of Rajasthan, Ms. Vasundhara Raje, inaugurated it on February 27, 2014. The first car that rolled out of this facility was Honda Amaze. The entire process of building a single car is forging, machining, die casting, powertrain, press shop, weld shop, paint shop, engine assembly, frame assembly, and the final one, vehicle quality and quality assurance. The Tapukara plant is an integrated drivetrain manufacturing and vehicle assembly unit. We started from an engine and component manufacturing section and later moved towards the final car assembly. The company makes its own engine blocks, cylinder heads and crankshafts in the in-house facility at the factory. First in the manufacturing sequence was the ferrous section, designed to produce the crankshafts from scratch and machining of the connecting rods obtained from outside. In Tapukara plant, the forging machines range from 1000 tons to 4500 tons, and the plant has 4 and 2 machines of the capacities respectively. Steel billets are first tempered at around 1200 degrees Celsius and are subjected to a powerful blows delivered in a sequential manner by the powerful machines. To augment this work at a rapid pace, there are 9 robots deployed to carry out the whole process of billet feeding and undermining of the ready crankshafts from the forging machines. The production capacity is around 1400 car sets a day or 3.8 lakhs car sets per annum. Once the forging process is over, the crankshaft is formed into its shape and then sent over for the next process in line, that is machining. Machining is the process where the crude output of the forging, the crankshafts with their rough edges, are sent off to a conveyor to be CNC machined so that the metal is smoothened out to give a better surface finish and smoother profile. While the crankshafts undergo both the forging and machining process at this facility, the company procures raw forged connecting rods from its vendors and machines them in-house, right adjacent to the crankshaft area, bringing them into their final shape. After the above processes are completed in the ferrous section, comes one of the most important sections in the drivetrain manufacturing. Some of the core components of the engine are built using the die casting molds. Components that are made using the die casting at the Tapukara plant are engine blocks, cylinder heads, transmission casings. In the press shop, the metal parts are pressed and given shape. All the sheet metal activity to form the monocoque and exterior body panels takes place here. There are different types of pressing functions depending upon what shape is required or depending on the part of the metal. For example, press brake, which can bring a metal into its bent shape, and for bending strong metals, you need really high pressure to be applied to them. This is done by pressing machines with massive capacity of pressures ranging from 1000 ton to 1500 tons. Then comes the punch press, which is used for punching holes into the metals. And at the last, the stamping press that can help in bringing a proper shape of the metal by deforming it with a die and then stamping it with the pressure to gain the desired shape. After the press shop, we went into the weld shop. Once we finished the witnessing of the press shop and saw those gigantic 1500 ton machines pressing the sheet metal into recognizable parts, we were ushered into the weld shop next door. Here we encountered multiple aceles, all divided into different zones, that is A, B, C and D. Each of them handles a different section of the car. The zone A handles the right and left side of the body panels, including the fender and quarter panels are mated to the monocoque. Zone B has 3 jigs to hold the roof components in place. Roof arches are held below these jigs. Then the roof skin, which is what we see to the roof to be like from the outside of the car, is welded on the top of these structural supports. Variants with sunroof gets lesser but more rigid roof arches below the skin. Zone C takes care of the welding of the rear and front doors and incorporates the special process called hemming. So hemming actually seal ties a skin into the structure, the hood skin and its underlying structure, the trunk skin and its structure. Zone D. This is the main conveyor line in the welding shop which runs in the center. It takes the parts from the other three lines to assemble those on main body to ultimately result in the final body in white of the car. Furthermore, the C zone sees the final inspection of the BIW, which is body in white, which is held back for any minutest errors in welding or sheet metal deformity before it is sent to the paint shop. While spotting welding is a primarily methodology of a Honda, MIG welding is also used at the critical sections with 6 such welding guns in place on the weld line. After the weld shop, we came towards the paint shop. Now this is one of the areas where no manufacturers allow any media to have a peep inside. When I asked this question with a lot of curiosity to the Tapukara in charges, I was told that there is no secret formula that is being guarded out there, but a simple reason why it is prohibited to enter the paint shop is because the paint area is kept extremely clean with the absolute zero dust environment, and even a small speck can spoil the color mixture. After the paint shop, we were taken into the engine assembly plant. As we inched closer to the final amalgamation of sparkling new vehicle, the heartbeats kept rising. Here is where the heart of the matter lies, the engine assembly, which as we all know is the core function of any automobile manufacturing process. It was astonishing to watch the engine blocks and heads from the casting shops being transported from the other building in an overhead conveyor, bringing all these parts into this dedicated building where entire engine is assembled. First, the chain case is installed on the block. The immediate next step is the installation of pistons, crankshaft, cylinder heads and flywheels. The cylinder head in itself gets a separate sub-assembly line wherein the valves, springs, stems and injectors are installed. Once the above parts are all installed, assembled onto the die-cast engine block, it goes for a leak test. Post its successful completion, the final engine is again shipped on an overhead conveyor to land up at the chassis section of the main assembly line. All engine fluids will be filled once the engine goes inside the car. After the engine assembly, the frame assembly section came up. It has 4 different zones, similar to the weld shop. The painted car body shell with doors, hoods and trunk is received from the paint shop. The first thing that is done on its arrival is the removal of all 4 doors for an easy access to put in interior trim to the bodies. Overhead conveyors lift the doors in a same sequence to that cars being on the assembly line. And at the later section, the exact same doors belonging to the particular car are remarried with the body again. These 4 zones includes wiring zone, interior zone, chassis zone and exterior zone. The wiring zone takes care of all the wiring harnesses. Wiring from front to back are assembled here. The interior zone, all the interior parts including the carpeting, seats, dashboard, seat belt, etc. are assembled there. The chassis zone takes care of the engine compartment, underbody, suspension parts, dampers, etc. The exterior zone takes care of the doors which come to meet the car again and other external parts like ORVMs, windshields, wipers and emblems of the car. The Tapukara plant has an indoor test track which is a short 500-meter facility used to do the normal dynamic testings of the car, including shower test, steering test, brake test and road noise test. Once these are completed, the new car comes out of the plant. Seeing the manufacturing of the new Honda car was really amazing and it gave an immense pleasure to be a part of that drive. So how do you like this video, guys? Do comment in the comment section below. Please do subscribe to my channel for more such videos.